Yo, what's up?
Dude?
How you doing, dude?
I'm doing good. You know, we made it through the holidays.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Yeah, it's a whole new one, and now, you know, as we all know, we can go back to business as usual. The virus is going to be canceled by President Joe Biden, and we're going to do socialism, and the cops are going to get abolished. So, Happy New Year!
It's a good year, dude. I'm real pumped about it.
Yeah,
I think that all good things are going to happen this year. Or one, you know, with what we're talking about tonight, maybe something terrible is going to happen. Or something great. That's something I've been thinking about. Let me hit you with, before we get into what we're talking about, let me hit you with this.
Yeah.
And I saw a beast rising out of the sea with 10 horns and 7 heads.
Oh, shit.
With 10 diadems on its horns and blasphemous names on its head. And the beast that I saw was like a leopard. Its feet were like bears, and its mouth was like a lion's mouth. And to it the dragon gave his power and his throne and great authority. One of its heads seemed to have a mortal wound, but its mortal wound was healed. And the whole earth marveled as they followed the beast. And they worshiped the dragon, for he had given his authority to the beast. And they worshiped the beast, saying, "Who is like the beast? And who can fight against it?" And the beast was given a mouth uttering haughty and blasphemous words. And it was allowed to exercise authority for 42 months. That's the fucking Antichrist, dude. It's so metal. What a metal verse.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I don't know what deities are or whatever was on its horns. There's like 10 deities or deities.
Diadems. Diadems.
You know what that is?
No, fuck no. I just don't think it matters.
Probably not. It sounds super badass, whatever
yeah,
it is.
dude. I want some diadems. Where do I get them?
So we're talking about the Antichrist real quick. This is Tome of Podcast. We are crowdsourcing a religion that doesn't suck. And part of that, I guess, is deciding who the Antichrist is.
Yeah, dude.
That way we can avoid him or maybe embrace him. I'm not really sure where we're at.
Yeah, me either, dude. I really think that anything can happen with the Antichrist, dude. I think some people believe that Satan was the hero of the story.
For sure.
Right? Totally.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, honestly, the more and more I've talked to people, the more and more I'm kind of in that camp. Like, if Satan's real, maybe he was the hero of the story. You know?
Yeah, I mean, the more I think about it, the more it kind of comes down to either there are some huge translation errors and God's actually pretty chill.
Yeah.
Which they'd have to be some pretty huge translation errors for all of the bad things to be chill.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time, right? Like,
yeah.
Like, we talk about, you know, I mean, it just basically is like, yeah, God hates gay people. Like,
that and a host of other fucking problems.
Tons of shit.
And, you know, maybe if that's all true, then maybe Satan being like, "Hey, dude, fucking chill out. We gotta be, you know, stop being such a dick about everything."
Well, and dude, when you think about Satan, right? Because I think that to talk about the Antichrist, we got to talk about Satan. And when you think about Satan in heaven, which we don't have much of what he was doing, you know, around that time.
Mm-hmm.
But it did seem like he was trying to unionize.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, Satan was just like, yo, we need some of the cheese that this dude's got.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah.
Why is he the most powerful one? We can rise up and take this fucker down. And like, if that's Satan's mentality, I'm kind of like, dude, I've done that same thing. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Like, I've done that to bosses, you know, I've done that fucking over and over again. I've always been like this. So I don't know. I think that when you think about that, you're like, all right. And then he goes in and he promises Adam and Eve intelligence, basically, right? Like freedom and shit like that. He's like, this fucking dude created you and wants to enslave you. If you eat of this fruit, you're going to know what's up.
Yeah, it does feel a little suspect that the knowledge of good and evil, the thing that makes you godlike, is also the thing that he least wants you to consume.
100%.
Yeah, and hierarchies are pretty whack in my estimation. And God, Satan's biggest thing was like, I don't like this, and God was like, nah, I know it's best for you. So in that sense, I have a very I really identify with that.
Yeah.
And, I don't know if the Antichrist is necessarily Satan, because I guess we should get into before we because we're going to talk about the Antichrist a lot. We should talk about what the Antichrist is, or what we think it is. Cause I'm not the most educated. I didn't go to fucking seminary or some shit like that.
No. I mean, neither of us are experts. We just know what we know.
Right.
So what I can deem is that, he's the spawn of Satan, right?
Is he? Because okay. I'm not sure. What I kept trying to do research. There's he's definitely going to be in opposition to Christ, right? He is. His name literally is just the opposite of Christ in a lot of ways. And there's a lot of different theories about what that means. I saw a lot about how the Antichrist was specifically at one point referring to Nero, because his name translated through this Jewish alphabetical system into 666 specifically. And since he was the fucking Lord of shit, or whatever his title was, I forget.
Dude, he was piking and burning Christians.
Right. And it was he was the leader of the government at the time. So in order to trade, you did have to receive his blessing, right? He took a tax. So some people say the Antichrist isn't a singular being. It's actually a type, an archetype that comes, and then there's Nero, there's Napoleon, there's Hitler, and then there's going to be more and more,
Yeah, there's even there's verses that say that there's many. In John, it's children, it is the last hour, and as you have heard, that Antichrist is coming. So now many Antichrists have come. Therefore, we know that it is the last hour. So from John, it almost sounds like that Antichrist has already came or is coming very soon. You know what I mean? And then from that, more and more Antichrist are spawned out of it.
Yeah.
So it could be many. Dude, all right. So I asked on Instagram, I don't know if you saw that. I asked on Instagram who people think the Antichrist was going to be. And we got, Mitch McConnell.
Yeah. Very topical. Yeah. I got to give you props for that one.
Yeah. Jeff Bezos.
Okay.
Yeah. I like that one.
He definitely controls a lot of currency.
Oh, yeah, dude. He could control the world's economy.
Our government is already run by corporations, and he has the biggest one, so
for sure.
I could see it.
Dave Outlandish hit me with Aleister Crowley.
Oh, that feels like a classic. It should just be obviously.
Yeah, dude. When he hit me with that, though, I was like, he said he was he seemed pretty certain of it too, and I was like, oh shit, I didn't know that Aleister Crowley was I am the Antichrist.
Oh, was it? I thought, I'm fucking so uneducated on Aleister Crowley.
I know, we need to do a whole episode on him, do some digging.
Yeah, we definitely need to learn up. My understanding was he was that was his goal, was to become the Antichrist.
Yeah. He's already done one thing, You know, he's died.
Right.
He was, one of the arguments that Dave made was like he's diametrically opposed to Christ.
Right.
He gained followers after he died.
Mm-hmm.
Now we just need him to come back. You know what I mean?
That's one of the signs, right? Is that they have to be resurrected.
Mortally wounded. So it's either like he looks fucked up, that dude should be dead, and he's not, or he dies and comes back. Really, what's real funny about this is it's like X-Men. You know what I mean? It's very much like X-Men. Like you have Magneto and Professor Xavier as gods. And then they have their fucking, their children who end up doing all the fighting, right? Like, so the Antichrist is like in all ways very similar to Jesus. He dies and comes back. You know what I mean? But everything he does is to, defile churches and shit and lead armies against God. But it's like, that's part of my thing of like, maybe the Antichrist is the good one, right? Like we've had wars for Jesus already that are terrible.
A lot of
people enslaved people.
Yeah.
But I mean, maybe Nero was the first Antichrist.
Could be.
And now there's more shit coming out, we have more.
I could see that.
I also find it really funny. Did you used to burn CDs back in the day?
Oh, of course.
Did you use Nero?
Yeah, I did use Nero.
What a great name for a CD burning software.
That's pretty good. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
until
dude.
right now.
Because that motherfucker like burnt Christians at the stake.
Yeah, that is a fucked up pun.
Isn't it fucked up, dude? I always remembered when I was like, stealing music and shit. I never like felt guilty about it, but then when I would use Nero to burn it onto a CD, I was like, that's kind of fucked up.
As you were burning fucking Mushroom Head and fucking Audio Slave onto your blank CD. I don't know what
dude, I never listened to Audio Slave or Mushroom Head. Come on, man. At that point, I was downloading Dead Kennedys and shit.
Oh, there we go.
Come on.
I'm sorry.
I've been a punk forever, dude. Why do you think that I'm into really bad music?
I don't know. I just was trying to be mean.
Yeah, it was mean, dude.
Sorry.
It's all right. So I think that we've gotten ahead of ourselves here.
Oh shit, have we?
What we need to do is tell everybody, what the fuck the Antichrist is.
Oh yeah, okay.
Right? Like, so I found an article, and I'm not very picky about my church articles. So, this is from harvestbiblechapel.org. And they have like a layout of 10 characteristics of the Antichrist.
I think I looked at the same thing.
He claims to be God and is worshipped. Right? He will blaspheme God, which, I mean, that's check. That might be check 2 for me. He will display miraculous powers. The Antichrist comes back to life. He dies. We talked about that. The Antichrist rules in full authority. So it kind of makes him sound like a tyrant, but didn't God rule in full authority too? It's real weird.
Yeah, but he does it bad way.
The bad way, yeah. The Antichrist will control the world's economy, which that's a big one, I think. Like that one, like when you see all economies become under one world economy, we know the end times are coming, dude.
Yeah, that's not like a thing you can't get that one wrong.
No.
That's not like when it's like, oh, maybe he controls the entire world economy. It's like, if somebody does that, then it's pretty clear, right?
Yeah, it's gotta be pretty clear. At that point, we know who it is. And at that point, too, I feel like churches start killing people, right?
Oh, they've got it, right?
They got to fucking take him out. Watch out, Bezos. Let's see here. The Antichrist desecrates God's temple, which a lot of people think is going to be in Israel, right?
Well, isn't that, I mean, I don't want to get into this whole thing, but isn't that like part of the whole Israel Palestine thing? Is this the temple is in Palestinian territory, and it needs to be restored in order for the end times to come, or whatever the fuck?
Yeah, it's real weird. And it's also like, as I was reading about shit, I was like, you know what? I need to brush up on my Israel and Palestine shit. And I started reading it, and I was just like, man, I don't understand anything foreign government shit. Like, I don't. All I know is that America is like real about, Israel, U.S., which almost makes me think that like we should be for Palestine. Like whenever
I don't want to get super into this, but Israel's government is pretty far right leaning. If you want like a good, just like quick watch, get some education on kind of the stuff there and some criticism of the Israel. There's a video called maybe it's like how we could maybe criticize Israel possibly by the YouTube channel Some More News.
I love him.
I highly recommend watching it. It breaks everything down. It's not fucking, I mean, it's real scary when you start talking about like Israel and like Jewish stuff, because there's so many fucking Nazis on the internet now that you don't know what you're going to run into. It's not Nazi shit.
Yeah.
It's left-leaning stuff.
Some More News is incredible.
Yeah, it's a great YouTube channel. I highly recommend it to anyone who likes to be educated kind of on political affairs and just world news kind of stuff.
Yeah, for sure. He's reputable, I would say.
Yeah. Good, huh?
Yeah, for sure. So, the Antichrist attempted destruction of Israel. So he's supposed to like destroy Israel.
And that's when he goes into the temple and proclaims himself.
And people say that he might fucking like slaughter a pig in the fucking temple or something like that, right? Like, because some homie did that in the Bible.
Okay.
I can't remember who, but it's supposed to happen again. Causes Earth's armies to fight against Christ.
Okay.
And then final destiny in the lake of fire. Because God likes to write the ending. He knows he's going to win.
Oh, yeah.
He picked an enemy. He made Satan, put us against him so he could beat his ass.
It is pretty wild, though, that like the prophecy is literally like the entire world is going to be fighting against God by the end of this shit.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, right? So like, and I remember sitting in church and even like being in like a more, I don't know, not holy roller spot. Every time people would teach on like the end times, it was like, well, here are some things that we know have happened. You know what I mean? And like, I don't think it's far. There's peace talks about Israel and Palestine. You know what I mean? Like, there was always this like shit could get real tomorrow type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I always kind of tuned out just because, like, I find the whole subject, when I was in the church, I was just like, this is so uninteresting to me for the most part, because, like, all you're going to say is, like, it seems like it's going to be crazy, and here's how we can try to interpret fucking all this imagery that makes no sense. And
yeah,
it's like
a book that was written 2,000 years ago, and people are like,
I was like, I'd rather focus on like how I could practically love people right now than focus on, am I gonna know if the end times are coming? Because fucking in the book that this same shit is written, it says you won't know when it's gonna happen. So fucking why am I bothering?
Yeah. I mean, and it's like, you would get these like ridiculous explanations of like, oh, stars falling out of the sky. Doesn't that look like nuclear warheads?
Doesn't that sound like missiles to you?
Missiles. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know. It's God. Could stars literally just fall out of the sky?
Yeah.
Like,
it's a strange one.
It's like, it's super weird. But anyways, so those are those 10 characteristics that I got off of some random website. And what I wanted to do is kind of start a tome tradition where Walter and I hedge our bets on our horse on who's going to be the Antichrist. And just discuss it on, like, I think that every president has been the Antichrist, right? And like, depending on what camp you're in, it's like every time a president is coming into office, people are like, I mean, dude, I was going to do a Yahoo question, at the end of this, but it's basically just, do you guys think that Joe Biden is the Antichrist? You know what I mean? Like, and it's crazy to me, So I figured, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, I was just going to say, I found this list of like the most common Antichrist predictors. One of them was like any U.S. president, any pope. There's always like speculation that whatever the next pope is going to be. I actually found this crazy YouTube video. I found a couple wild ones. Not crazy, wild. One was this lady talking about how maybe the next pope, she had it on good authority or something that the next pope was retiring after Christmas this year. And if the next pope comes in and names himself Sixtus, he would be the sixth Sixtus, because they get to pick their names, and that would make him the new Antichrist. And that's why it would be 666.
Shit.
That was a weird one. I also found a wild Trump is the Antichrist YouTube video.
Oh, well, dude, I was going to bring that up. All right.
Yeah.
So Trump's not my pony, I don't think.
Okay.
But I do think that, I mean, he could have controlled a world economy. I mean, that's why it kind of makes sense for a president, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it makes more sense that it would be like a European, like some kind of person who gets multiple European countries to kind of unionize, like the leader of the UN kind of deal, because the US is like, I mean, we're, big, but I don't know if we're the world economy on our own.
And like most of the things, like shit that's in here, it's like miraculous powers and able to get like anyone to follow him. Yeah, I mean, like the Antichrist is supposed to be a person that's like suave, like just some like fucking,
universally loved.
Yeah, smooth criminal,
Trump is barely
Trump
loved.
Is not that.
Yeah.
But maybe he died of coronavirus.
I haven't seen any evidence of that, but
just saying, dude.
What I did see in the video that I liked was they were saying the mark of the beast will be on the forehead, and then it showed a bunch of people in MAGA hats.
Oh shit!
I was like, oh, the mark is on the forehead, isn't it?
Yeah, dude.
Okay,
I'm telling you, man. MAGA, 6 letters. Make 6 letters.
Wait.
Great again. 6 letters, dude. It makes total sense.
Yeah, that's true. I wish that I knew how to count as well as you did.
Yeah, dude. Wow. So I just think that I think that I want to find out like where, kind of where the tome stands on the Antichrist.
Sure.
And who we think it is. And we'll change it every year. That way we just get to pick, like we're like, oh, this dude and this dude. That way, if it happens, maybe we can start a betting pool, like, and try and figure it out. Every year we'll put $10 in a pool, right? We'll both hedge our bets. If the Antichrist comes, we'll take the money.
Okay.
And then every year we put $10 more into the fund, and it just keeps building.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, all right.
And then once we find out who the Antichrist is, we pay the winner out.
Yeah, we pay the winner out, or we give it to a charity or something.
Yeah,
right. Because I think charity is going to be needed at that time.
Yeah, probably.
Either to stop the Antichrist or to support it. To support the homie.
I mean, it sounds, if he's going to have the entire world fighting for him, I don't know what else we can really contribute, but
no, we can't even get fucking socialized healthcare in our country. So.
Yeah, true.
Americans are going to line up to kiss them feet, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh my God. Yeah, for sure.
We're fucking, we love, like for some reason, we love fucking fascist in this country.
Dude, maybe Bernie's the Antichrist. He's just like, check it out. Fucking, here's socialized medicine. We're like, you're the fucking hero.
So that's my pick.
Oh, that's your pick?
That's my pick.
So we do love the Antichrist then.
Maybe we pick a good guy and a bad guy.
Okay. That doesn't work with what I've got going on, but sure.
But no, I'm just saying, like, I have two. I got my backup for sure. But I was thinking, and I was like, man, so many motherfuckers love Bernie Sanders.
He is the fucking truth, man. I mean, I don't know how you can.
I mean, dude, like even Republicans were like, if Bernie got it, I'd vote for him. Like some of the most like right wing motherfuckers I know, Joe Rogan, fucking hate him, endorsed him, and lost like fans because of it. You know what I mean? Like I was sitting there and I was like, oh my God, maybe it's fucking Bernie Sanders.
It's hard to argue against a person who's been about the right shit for as long as Bernie has.
And he's super fucking like just kind, you know, like you want to be his friend, you know, like the dude only ran for president because he was like, I need to cure this country. I'd rather be playing like hanging out with my grandkids and shit, you know?
Right, for sure.
So anyways, I mean, I don't know. Let's just talk about it. Who's your pick? Who's your big bad? Do we talk about it now?
We can.
Do we need to drop any more about the Antichrist?
No, I don't think we need to.
Okay.
Other than I'll reiterate before I state who it is, that the Antichrist has been perceived to be multiple, not just one person before.
Okay.
So my pick for the Antichrist is the McElroy brothers from the My Brother podcast. And let me break this down because I know.
Oh my God.
I know that sounds just utterly insane.
Aren't they kind of churchy?
They grew up in a Christian background, but from what I can tell, none of them are like.
It seems like they've broken rank, right?
Yeah, I mean, and they're like one of their big things is every year they do candle nights, which is a non-denominational, like no church affiliated holiday that kind of like replaces all the divisions of Christmas and, you know, Hanukkah and whatever else.
Yeah, I've been talking about recently, this is off topic, but I don't think we're doing Santa with Edie.
You can try. We tried with Elle and Una, and Elle chose.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Like, well, we'll see how it goes.
And like we didn't introduce it to her. We didn't. She asked if he was real. We said no, and she was like, "Well, I want him to be real, so we're gonna do that."
Hell yeah, dude! That's actually really rad. I love that.
So, but then now I don't know if she remembers that she chose that or not, because now we're just doing it. And then Una doesn't have a choice now because Elodie chose. So now it's this whole weird situation.
Oh, yeah, it is weird.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
But, you know, we were like, maybe we need to, maybe this household needs to adopt candle nights.
Maybe. Or maybe we come up with chaos myths or something. I don't know.
I like that.
Yeah.
Anyways. So Didn't you kind of just pick like 3 good dudes?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
But I think that makes sense because as we saw before, the Antichrist is charismatic, right?
Yeah.
Universally loved. And I can't think of like one of the more just like unifying forces in the world than they're just like, I don't know any person that's like, I hate them.
No.
Every person I've talked to about that podcast is like, I love those guys.
Dude, Mabim Bam is like, it's a force of nature.
Yeah.
For real.
For sure.
Like,
but think about what you just said, dude. MBAM, that's 6.
Oh no, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Mabim Bam, huh?
The sign of the Antichrist. The 6.
I think that they're in. I just don't. Sorry, go ahead.
Travis, 6. Griffin, 6. Justin, 6.
Oh my God, dude.
Their names, dude. It's in their fucking names that they're the Antichrist.
Did you just break the fucking Da Vinci Code?
Dude, I'm fucking Dan Brown over here, dude.
Where did you come? Like, were you just did you dream this?
I don't know where this came from. This came from just like thinking.
I want to say 2 things.
Yeah,
One,
sure.
that I think it is hilarious that you had the same thought as me of like maybe it's a good like maybe it's a good person or good people.
Well, here's the thing. My thought was, what's the funniest answer?
Yeah.
Because that's immediate. I was like, what is the funniest thing to be the Antichrist? And it took me a little while, but I got to the McElroy brothers.
Dude, it's fucking great.
And, you might say, well, sure, they're universally loved. People would die for them. They have a cult-like following. Their names literally create 666. But are they going to control the world economy? Well, in a sense, right?
Yeah.
As more and more people create podcasts, largely inspired by them, and since they're kind of the gods of podcasting at this point, I think that what they're creating is a podcast-based economy, and maybe a few years down the line, we're all paying each other in podcast bucks.
It could be, dude.
Because everyone has a podcast at this point.
And right? They wrote a book about that.
Right.
They wrote a book. They said everyone has a podcast but you. So they're trying to like gain people to their cult.
Right. So automation happens, right? Automation is coming. That's what fucking Yang got right. Nobody's going to have a job soon because it's all going to be robots.
It's all going to be what you do extra. Right? Like it's like we're not going to have jobs, so we need to create, like the only people who are going to make money.
And what do people love to do? They love to talk. They love to start podcasts. So soon, once the machines do all the labor, all we'll be able to trade is our thoughts and words. So then once we all have podcasts, we need material goods from each other. We're trading each other podcasts for those goods. And that becomes the new commodity form across the world. And at that point, we're all signed to Maximum Fun or whatever, the network that the McElroy brothers are affiliated with. And then they control everything.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, dude. So they do on the world government.
I think you broke it, dude. I don't even know if I can follow that up.
Yes.
It's fucking... Once you did the name thing, I was like, oh my God. It's just there, dude. The writing's on the wall.
It's in plain sight.
Oh my God. hidden right there in plain sight.
And then
it would make sense too. Like, it's not just three rando dudes who met one day. They're all brothers,
right?
Spawn of Satan.
True. And they have the so like a big thing about the Antichrist is he's like not Christian, but they have the background in Christianity that will give them crossover appeal to Christians. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what you said, you were like, aren't they like kind of Christ dudes? They're not, but Christ dudes will think that they're like them, and then they'll sign on, maybe to the point that they're fighting against Christ, just like in the prophecy.
Yeah. Raise their army, dude. You just fucked my mind up.
Yeah, I'm glad I could.
It's fucking there, dude. It's fucking there. So I love that. You know, I threw this idea out. 2 days ago, and we both just came back and we're like, maybe the Antichrist is rad. Let's pick rad people.
Let's pick guys we like.
Yeah, I like, dude. That's the thing. If Justin, Travis, or Griffin ever listen to this, just know that we think the Antichrist is awesome. I guess is what we just fucking.
Well, I mean, the main point is like we love you guys. You're a huge inspiration. And let's see, the Antichrist. You know, maybe it's cool that you're the Antichrist. Maybe we like you anyways, or maybe that's even better. It's your choice. You're the Antichrist, right? Like,
yeah, you're the hero of the story or the villain.
Yeah. Whatever you choose, I guess.
You get to choose, yeah. I mean, dude, I'm all for like the Antichrist being a being that just shakes the fucking cage, you know, a little bit like of just like, I'm going to build this army and I'm going to take down God. The further away I get from Christianity, the more, I mean, you know, I don't want to, we're going to talk about next week some of that shit, I think.
Oh, okay.
Right? Like when we talk with Teak, I think that thinking about like what churches have done to people and shit like that of like, and it's like, this dude is coming to break that shit down. I'm kind of cool with it. I'm kind of about that. Fucking bring on the Antichrist, right? And from a ton of shit that I see in the Bible, it's like a lot of the shit I've read doesn't look. The only thing that I'm not really about is a war, but the war is to fucking end an abusive hierarchy.
Right.
Right? It's not to further a motive, you know what I mean? Like, part of me is like, it's not to, and the whole fucking, it's like, control the world economy. It's like, oh, hell yeah, you're erasing all the lines. Fucking do it, please.
Well, yeah, and isn't it also like the world is supposed to live in prosperity under this?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like what, 2 years of good or a year and a half of good and a year and a half of bad or some shit like that.
Huh.
Something, or 6 years and 6 and 6 or 7 and 7 or something like that. I don't know. 7 and 7's a drink. It's probably not that. It's probably 6 and 6.
Yeah.
But
3 and 3 is sticking out to me.
3 and 3 maybe.
It's a lot of things.
Yeah. So where you have like these 3 prosperous years that are incredible and everybody praises. You know?
But does it go to shit because Christ comes back and fucks it up?
So it could. I mean, there's a ton in Revelations that starts happening and nobody knows the timelines and shit like that. But it's like you have the 2 prophets that come back, you know, that people think are like Moses and Elijah.
Okay.
You know, and or something like that. These 2 prophets come back and they're spitting swords and shit like that and fucking causing a ruckus and shit. And it's like, I don't know if they come back when we know the Antichrist is the Antichrist or whatever. But I do think that it's very possible that the Antichrist is doing really cool shit. Everybody loves him. And then Christ is like, you know what? Now we're going to end it.
Yeah, Tower of Babel style, dude.
Yeah, we're going to end it. You guys are super happy. You're getting along. Let me fucking mix up your languages or just kill you.
Dude, and in that case, I'd happily fight for the McElroys.
Oh, I would fucking... So that's my pick, is Bernie.
Yeah, okay.
Like, so I was thinking about this, and I was talking to Sarah about it a ton, and I was like, man, the more I think about it, I think that it's weird. Like, I put out that Instagram, question, and the people we got was like Mitch McConnell, Jeff Bezos, Adam Smith was another one, I think. Is it Smith is his last name? It is. So,
Adam Smith.
Yeah, do you know who Adam Smith is?
No.
The father of capitalism.
Oh, fuck. Yeah,
so this dude put in
Antichrist.
Yeah, dude. So he was like, it's fucking this dude. My boy Henry. Henry, if you're listening, dude. Like that answer fucking warmed my heart, But it was weird that it warmed my heart because and I think that's because I'm so fucking indoctrinated into this bullshit that you want to think that it's an evil, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mitch McConnell, fuck that piece of shit. Like Jeff Bezos. People know how we feel about Jeff Bezos, I'm sure, but Mitch McConnell is pure fucking evil.
Yeah, he's a bad bitch.
Dude, he fucking sucks, man. The $2,000 shit, if we have listeners in Georgia, fucking vote. Get this runoff, like do your shit. Like he's evil. Yeah. And I thought it was hilarious that somebody said Mitch McConnell. And I was like, oh, that's funny. What if he was the Antichrist? That would be crazy. He's piece of shit enough. But it was weird to me that I thought like it had to be a piece of shit. Well, because as we've talked to people on this podcast, and as you and I have grown, I sat there and I was like, I think it's wrong for us to think that the Antichrist is an asshole.
Yeah. Well, I think, but here's the thing though, is that like, if he is literally Antichrist, then he would be bad because like, okay, I like Christ, right? Christ seems pretty all right.
Well,
I don't know.
Here's my argument for this though.
Yeah.
As I was thinking, I thought about that, like Christ seems pretty fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's that same argument, man. There's no good cops.
His dad's bad, so he's bad?
I mean, he's doing his dad's work.
Yeah, but he's doing the nice part where he says everyone can have fucking extra ice cream
until Revelations. You know what I mean? And until like certain sex acts, you know what I mean? Like shit like that, like,
Yeah, but he doesn't say, right? He doesn't say any of that mean stuff. He just says, like, everybody be nice and have, That sounds like a rebranding move if I've ever heard one, dude. I don't know, dude. He hung out with, like, the people who are down on their luck or, like, were considered fucking garbage.
Have you ever watched videos of a cop coming over in our neighborhood and playing basketball and doing TikTok dances?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Like, so that's what I was thinking is I was like, I mean, the dude, like Christ, his message in a lot of ways, it's like love. I mean, dude, I'm the first one. Like Christ is a communist and an anarchist, and that's rad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've said that for years. But then I was thinking, and I was like, the dude's doing the work for this guy who wrote shitty shit like slaves obey your masters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I mean, it's a rebrand. That's what fucking the New Testament was, is it looks like a rebrand. We know places that have rebranded because of bad names.
Oh, you know that.
Like, so I just think that, for me, like I was sitting there and I had a little bit of turmoil and I was like, man, am I going to just drop Elon Musk? Like, is Elon Musk the Antichrist?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully Biden is soured on him enough that, I don't know. Fuck that guy.
People love that dude.
If we're going off the definition of like the Antichrist is a piece of shit and we don't like him, then yeah, Elon Musk all day.
Well, think about it, dude. Fucking super charismatic. Does terrible fucking things and people still dig the motherfucker. He can't lose, right? Like, you have to dig hard, even in today's age, to find people who like fucking, like, even some leftists I've talked to are like, oh, but he's, solar. Space. And it's like, come on, dude. The dude's a piece of shit. Like,
yeah, he sucks.
He could bring together a world economy. He's rich enough. You know what I mean? Just like Bezos could. He could chip people. You know what I mean? Because that's another thing. It's like, is it a mark of a beast? You know what I mean? Or is it a way to, a lot of people would think that the mark of the beast isn't just the number 666.
Yeah.
It's a chip.
I heard this. I kept seeing this like, oh, the mark is actually an RFID chip or some kind of microchip and I've been hearing this theory since I was a fucking kid.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. To me, one, why would a mark be all of a sudden a fucking computer chip?
Well,
I don't see.
So the part of it is that it's like, you will know his followers by their mark, right? Mm-hmm. And I mean, think about it. It's like some people will get, I mean, we're having an argument in this country about vaccines. You know what I mean? Like, It's a hot topic. But I think, which is bullshit, just get a vaccine. But the problem is like with like a chip, some of the arguments are like, that's how you control a world economy, right? So everybody has a chip. Everybody has their bank shit in it. Everybody has all your information's in it. And then at any point, if the Antichrist is a bad dude, he cuts your fucking chip off. You know what I mean? Like, now you can't access your funds. Now you can't do this shit. Or it turns on and now you got to fight a war against, like...
Yeah, sure. I mean, like,
I'm just giving you the argument. I don't think that that's completely true, Yeah,
I think my problem is I don't see why that logically follows other than it's really convenient for conspiracy theories, right? Like,
it's super convenient.
It feels like a reach to me because I kept seeing, the QAnon shit of like fucking Bill Gates is the Antichrist and he's making the coronavirus vaccine and that's going to give everyone a microchip. And then, he's the Antichrist. That was a real big story.
Well, think about it, dude. Bill Gates, that's 6 and 6 letters.
No. Again. I got the numbers right on mine.
Yeah, dude, you did. You did your math. You did your math. I didn't even think about like letters of names and shit because I mean that's one of the arguments for Reagan.
Ronald Reagan,
dude. Ronald, I can't remember the fucker's middle name, but it's 666.
Hell yeah. It's fun to call him the Antichrist. I'm down with that.
Yeah. But now, so I'm saying, like, I was sitting there, I was mulling over this shit, and I was like, I'm going to pick Bernie.
Yeah.
I was like, look, he's charismatic. People love him. He wants to do incredible things. Some of the things that he would have enacted if he would have become president would have given us those prosperous times.
Oh, for sure.
Right? Like people rejoicing. He's also like, I mean, I don't know how much he's got a background of being rowdy, right? Mm-hmm. Like he could lead an army, sure. Like behind him. Yeah. So I was sitting there and I was like, maybe it's Bernie. Maybe Bernie gets mortally wounded and then rises, or whatever. Like, I think that any of those things, but I wanted to pick him because I was like, I think I'm down. Like, if he's going to rattle the cage, if he's going to go after the boss, like the biggest boss, mm-hmm. the dude who created hierarchy, like if that is what is going to happen, then I'm gonna pick a dude that I really like to fucking go in there and fight the war.
Hell yeah!
You know, I think that it, and I think that it's fucking. I think it's really funny and really cool that we had no conversation about who we were gonna pick. We had no conversation that we like, and to see like us both pick dudes that we like.
Yeah,
it's like it's brilliant. So
yeah.
you know, maybe it'll change. Maybe next year it'll change. You know, but for this year, those are our picks.
Yep. So, you know, my money is on the McElroys. If they reveal themselves to be the Antichrist.
Yeah. You fucked up though, man. I mean, I want to tell you, you're up against a wall because what if it's only one of the McElroy brothers?
Dude, that would be fucked up.
You lose, dude.
Damn, dude. Come on.
I guess we could give you those Prices Right rules, right?
Yeah,
like you were closer.
Like, maybe I get like I have to still pay out because I was wrong, or no, I have to. No, I just like I get a little money. I don't win the whole pot.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm down with that. I'm just saying, like picking 3 people is not the best route to go because it could just be one of them.
True, but maybe it's the best way to go because I still get 30%, 33% payout.
Yeah, 33%, 33.3, dude. I can do that math.
There you go.
And then, yeah, dude, I think that's it. I think we picked it out. I think that, you know, the tomes, stances that maybe we're cool with the Antichrist.
Yeah, maybe. And one thing I was thinking about, and maybe we can save this for a future episode or people could send ideas in, but I was thinking that the Antichrist thing really works well for Christianity in like creating fear and marketing opportunities for the religion.
Oh, yeah.
So I was thinking maybe we could come up with an anti-chaos, which would be like the opposite of our whole vibe.
Yeah, dude. Justice, so, right? Like that's what it would be, right? Or law.
Maybe.
Law. It would be law. That's how it is in like Dungeons and Dragons and Michael Moorcock books. Is it's like you have chaos and you have law.
Yeah, lawful, neutral, lawful good, whatever.
Yeah,
but I think we should have at some point we should figure out who the anti-chaos is, so we have like some kind of thing to fight against or be scared of or make predictions about.
Yeah.
It's a good, there's a lot of doomsday cults that have been pretty successful, so I think we should take a page out of their book.
Yeah, for sure. I'm down. Walter, I love you, dude.
Love you too, man.
So this has been Tome of Chaos. If it's your first time listening, thanks for checking us out. If it's, you know, if you've been with us from the start and everywhere in between, thanks for staying. We appreciate you. We've been doing this a long time, dude. It seems like not that long, but like I was looking back and I was like, man, we're at like 32, 33 episodes.
Yeah. And I was going to say it hasn't been a year because it was after the whole fucking lockdown and shit, but it's been a minute. Dude,
we're getting close to a year. Yeah, I remember this time being a good time and soon after is a bad time.
Right.
But yeah, thanks for staying with us. You know, we do this weekly. Every week an episode comes out. You can follow us at Tome of Chaos Podcast on all social medias.
Mm-hmm.
You can send us an email at tomeofchaospodcast@gmail.com. Please, please, please rate us 5 stars.
That'd be rad.
We need it. And then what else? I did my first Twitch stream.
Oh yeah.
And you can find that what is it? Twitch TV / Toma Chaos Podcast. If you go to Twitch and search Toma Chaos Podcast, you can find us. Follow us on there. That would be awesome. We're gonna try and get that started. And then on the Saturdays we record, maybe we can start trying to play a little video game right after to decompress. We'll call it therapy time.
Yeah.
And I think that would be, so we'll start doing that. So please follow us on Twitch.
Hell yeah, please do. And maybe we'll start doing some episodes live or.
Yeah, we want to do that.
I'd like to, at some point, maybe stream some music production and just hang out with people while I'm working on music. So
yeah, we could totally. I mean, now that we have the Tome thing, it'll be either Walter, me, or both of us on it when we get on. Yeah. So, and I think that would be rad. And we're just going to try and create. This is a big stepping stone for us. I think that before ever starting a Patreon or anything like that, I just wanted to see if we could grow on Twitch and do cool shit. And it's a great way to support us. And if you want to like hang out with us on there and support us, the best way to do is subscribe, which costs money.
I don't know if people can subscribe to us yet, but they can follow us.
Really?
So, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like a whole bunch of weird stipulations around subscribing. Okay. So
we just gotta.
You'll get notifications. Yeah. We go live on there. Yep. And we'll have some fun.
Absolutely, it'll be great. Anything else, Walter? We need to come up with a verse.
Oh shit! Beware the anti-chaos. He will come in the form of a person. They will come in the form of a person. It could be male, female, or anything in between, or else. Or there's no gender to this being, and they'll claim that they're God, and they'll be bad.
Yeah, no gender is in like they have something they subscribe to. They're not transgender.
Maybe they're anything. I don't know.
They're anything. They're everything. We just gotta make it. We gotta make it in our minds really fucking weird and coded and shit like that, and then people will talk about it.
Let's not do the anti-chaos for this verse.
I think, dude, beware of anti-chaos is pretty rad.
Yeah, beware of anti-chaos. I could do that. I would say either that or there could be a verse that says, maybe the Antichrist is pretty chill.
Yeah. Maybe the Antichrist is P chill.
Yeah.
I'm like down with that.
Okay. There we go.
Chill dude. Antichrist is a chill dude. Yo, we love you all. Thanks for hanging out with us week in and week out. We appreciate it. Like I said, hit us up. We will talk to you if you email us or hit us up in the chat on Twitch or anything like that about anything. And we love, we want to know what we're doing right and what we're doing wrong. So let us know that shit too through Gmail or anything like that. We love you and we hope chaos walks with you all. Peace.